Okay, let's get started. Today's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. I don't want to stay up like too crazy late, and I've been like just very busy. I had to have like a meeting at 5 for some reason, but anyways. Um, so uh, last time, last time we just started working on move this around here. Um, this as well. We open up the old vtgl.c. So we started drawing this whole thing to like a second frame buffer, and then we wanted to just display it on the screen from the frame buffer, and as opposed to like directly from the fragment shader. Um, Now I was trying to do it like this by like using a rectangle and just like using this as a texture for the rectangle. It should just work, but I was probably doing something wrong. And also like because I'm just using that other fragment shader and trying to repurpose it without changing anything, it's like a bit annoying. But I'm pretty sure like pushing rectangles still works, but so we're gonna look into that. But anyways, long story short, one way of just getting it to work without using a shader to do it is to use GL frame buffer, which basically copies from what is even going on here? Is this even the right code? Let me just check GL frame buffer until in case I'm like completely forgetting what's going on here. Um, GL blit frame buffer. Um, this isn't the named one though. Oh, right. Sorry. So, why is this like missing that part of the code? Oh, sorry. Yes, I can't read. um, Long day. So, right. So when you bind the frame buffer, you're able to bind it either as like a frame buffer, like up here, just as a read-write frame buffer, or you can bind it to these other targets which is read frame buffer and draw frame buffer. Um, and if you bind it like this, and then you call GL frame buffer, it reads from the read frame buffer and takes that and copies to the draw frame buffer, um, using a rectangle defined here. So these first four parameters are the source rectangle. So we're going to copy from X position 0, Y position, the window size height. So this frame buffer is twice the window size. And then we're going to copy from, what's it called here? We're going to copy to the width, the whole width. So we're going to copy from 0 to the whole width, and then copy from one window height to the second window height. So we're just going to copy one sub window out of there, and then we're going to copy it to the output frame buffer from 0 to the window size corner. So that just works fine. There still looks to be like we need to do some work here. So this just resizes fine, but why am I like seeing some like something that's just not looking so correct? Yeah, like here seems to be like something wrong where like half of the lines just being like overwritten. So I'm going to look into why that's happening. Um, but like first, what I want to do is just there's a couple things I want to do. So first I want to just make sure that this draw rectangle still works. I want to draw a rectangle behind this FPS thing so it's actually readable. So let us, we're just drawing the text here. So before we draw the text, we are going to call the push. I still have the drawRect function somewhere here. Right, with this text slot. The text slot thing was not really working correctly, to be honest. Well, I guess it is just kind of working right now. Anyways. So we will use the draw. Let's use this here. We use this commented out code. So not at position 0, 0. It's going to be at position is equal to position. And then the size will be the text size. You do this before we do to draw the text. Why is like not sure why there's like an extra that's interesting. I might have to look into that. That's actually like an extra null. There seems to be something wrong with maybe a change I made in this, but I'll have to look at that after. So let me just think I actually remember making, I think I happened to notice something weird going on here. Yeah, I did. Let me just see the log here. I'm just gonna stash this and load a different bis. Stash this, change. Oops. Close this and it's okay. That's fine. So okay, let me see here. So the rectangle size is gonna be the text size. We might need to add some padding after, but for now we'll just leave that. Ignore that. Don't need that part. Size, position, scale of 1 by 1. It'd only be like the background color here. We need to define. So this is gonna be like a white square, but it's like half alpha, so it should just blend nicely. It won't like be completely white. I'll change the color after. And then just what is this one? Raw text. Oh, sorry. Just be 0 for this. Okay, yeah, so there's the rectangle. The rectangle still works. Now let's make it not white and also make it bigger. Also, that's interesting. So I just drew this rectangle at the same size as the draw text, but the draw text height seems to be off a little bit. Because You know, it's like this slash characters like shifted down for some reason. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that. I should like should have a notebook out. I think I do. Bring out the old notebook here. Just write down quickly. So I don't forget to look into some of this stuff later. Measure text. Okay, let's write that down. Then let us fix this color. So I'll make this one lighter. Even more than that. Want it to be like, yeah, I mean, that's okay. And let's just increase the size dot y. Let's increase both of them actually. So the position and the size need to be adjusted. So let's do position dot x plus 0. We're gonna say like 0.025 times text size dot x. And it's gonna actually be subtracting it. And then for the dot y, we don't really need to add anything for the dot y. Doesn't look like, it looks like the position for y is just fine. So we're going to increase the length of the rectangle. So then size dot width is going to be equal to text size dot width times 1.05 to match with this quarter here. And dot height is going to be the same thing. What happened here? Oops. No, not there. Too many semicolons. Okay, so the Y position does need to be offset down a little bit. Oh, right, because the corner, yeah, the corner is not, the corner is the bottom left, not the top right. And the X thing could maybe be even a little bit more. Maybe 1.1 would be fine. It might be like a little bit off the screen on the right, but that's okay. And then this one, same thing. And position dot y is going to be minus 0.05 times the text height, maybe. Why did that not go to the right place? This is not enough. So like 1.1 is like not really even enough for the extra Y padding there. Okay, like something like that's sufficient, so I can just read the FPS in front of the, or behind the, sorry, in front of the frame buffer text. So that is that. Now let me try adjusting this a little bit. So we want to copy until wherever the cursor is. So let us calculate first the cursor position. And that's going to be equal to, do I have a cell size already in scope? No. So we're going to get the cell size, get cell size time of t, and then the cursor position is going to be term.cursor. Sorry, we need to have some stuff here. So dot x is going to be term.cursor column times cell size dot width. And dot y is going to be term dot cursor we need to subtract the window size. Let's break this out. So we want something like this. So window size minus the cell size dot height times the times t to am I typing term dot cursor dot column? That was the old program. Term dot cursor dot row plus 1. We need the bottom of the cell, not the top. So I believe this should just be correct. And then I guess we didn't even really need the X position at all, to be honest. But since it's just here, we'll just leave it there for now. And then what we want to do is copy from we also need to clamp the cursor cursor position dot y, and it should be clamped to be, actually no, not this part, not this one yet. Let's just let me just calculate this as like a rect source rect So originally, this had a dot position of the 0. And the size was the, I guess the position was not 0 for the source rect. So what am I typing here? Hello. Let me just, so that x would equal the window size width. Dot y is going to be equal to I don't really want to use the rectangle, so I just want to use the corners. Source upper left and source bottom right. Just copy this over. Dot x is equal to 0 and dot y is equal to the window size. And then the bottom right, x equals this, y equals this, make sure I didn't break anything here. Okay, so that's good. And then next, we will adjust these properly. So x is still correct, but y should be a cursor with, sorry. So we want to copy a window size back from the cursor. And then we have to just clamp that one to 0. So we're going to do cursor position dot y minus this. And then we'll do a clamp source ul upper left dot y between, we'll just clamp it to, we'll just say if source dot upper left dot y less than 0. I'll just equal to 0. Just do the clamping, or like the one-sided clamp, however you call that. And then next, what we'll do is this is going to equal source upper left plus a window height. Right. And that is just going to completely get rid of everything. Cool. Let me think here. I think also I'm calling this like the wrong thing. I think I'm like screwing up my coordinate system a little bit in my brain here. Um, let's just go to old render doc here and we'll have a look. So we'll just capture a frame. And I need to make sure this is actually attached. And we'll do that. Then we'll go here and we'll have a look. So I want to look at this texture first of all. So this texture has exactly what we just want in it. But when we went to do the blip frame buffer doesn't actually give you the positions, which is a little annoying. So we'll have to do this differently. I'll do it this way. What I'm going to do here is go to Files, vtgl.c, go to the bottom, and put a breakpoint there. Continue until we hit the breakpoint. We're going to look at the things here. So cursor position. Does that make any sense? Okay, so the cell size looks fine. Right, so the source upper left should be 0, 0. That's just like wrong. The source upper left needs to be like the top of the frame buffer. So I think this is just like flipped. Might close that one because we can actually still just update that. I think that's just flipped. So this upper left thing, if I'm assuming these are correct now, doesn't really say if the corner positions really matter that much. So I'm gonna swap this around here. So we're gonna say, we're gonna go with the naming convention I've just said here. No, so the cursor position, so if you go to this texture, right, the texture, the y coordinate goes up. So the cursor position, let me think. So if we want the cursor to be at the top of the screen, we need to also copy from the frame buffer at the top of the screen. So it should be, so if the cursor position is greater than the window height, sorry, that would make sense. Well, it would make sense if we're just Yeah, it would make sense if we're assuming that the row doesn't get clamped. The row should be getting clamped. Let me just undo a couple of these changes just for a second here. So that we can see what's going on. Well, I managed to screw that up, but anyway, so I'll retype it. So if we just cat util.h, right, so it's when the lines get wrapped. When there's like lines being wrapped, it's when everything is getting screwed up. Um, okay, so actually first I need to fix one other thing, which is to like let the oops. There is something I do need to just fix with the wrapping. I guess like what's the cursor position in this case? It should be the bottom of the. It's like not showing up. I think it's like underneath where we're at. Let me try something here. So I need this to be uh source because I just like stretched instead. Source upper left dot y plus the window size. What's going on there? It's getting like some old data for some reason. That's really weird. Like some of this is it getting old data or is it just like the wrapping, texture wrapping? That might be what it is. Might be like going out of bounds when I'm doing that. That's copying lower down in the frame buffer, I think, and then let me fix this naming first because this is like really annoying. It's annoying my brain. So this should um upper right. This should be twice the window size, and then oh, you can actually use Framebuffer to like flip everything. That's interesting. Okay. I think that's just because of how I did this. This should have been upper left and bottom right. This should be here. And this one should be 0. The blip frame buffer is also like upside down, which is interesting. Um, eh. And you can use it to do like stretching. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, so like right now that's the whole frame buffer. So we need to like I kind of want to just fix that weird cursor glitch first. Before I continue with this. So in this new scheme, what we're gonna do is let the cursor go until we're gonna let the cursor go until twice the row count. Let me see. Cursor step column. So I will fix that. So now if we go back to the render doc, I'd like to do this same test and see what happens with the cursor now. Where's the launch application? We're gonna take this window. We're gonna make sure we're attached here. Then we're gonna cat vtgl.c. And we are going to take a capture and we're gonna look at it. Specifically look at the texture. Because the texture should hopefully be gonna have to fix this. There shouldn't be like this many draw calls happening. So we're gonna look at texture 30 here. So that's not actually quite working how I'd like it to work. I'd like to see the cursor line still down here, the VTGL line still down here. Um, Am I doing something weird in the blit lines function? So we reuse this cursor row here, and here we're just letting the cursor row go to twice the height, which should be fine. And then here, do we do something weird with the cursor row? Use cursor move to. So cursor move to. So now I would imagine, yeah. I would imagine the correct thing is happening. So kill a couple. We don't need so many things open. So we'll kill that, and then we'll go back here. I'll try this one again. Make a capture. Close it. Go to the texture. Yes, texture. Is it because the viewport, I have to like adjust the viewport, don't I? Yeah. It's because the viewport isn't set correctly. So before we blit lines, the viewport should be check here. Right, so this should still be 0, and then this should be twice the thingy, twice the thinger. That would make more sense. And then the texture drawing is still presumably wrong, but if we try this again. Everything is stretched, but that's okay. Let's go to like something more reasonable. We go there, save that one. Texture, resource inspector, texture. Still not what I want. Though this is like pretty close to the end of the file. So there should be, why did that lag? Why is that lagging? Anyways, there should, so like right here there should just be a brace, and then so I feel like there's just like a calculation error maybe. What's the last line here? Yeah, it's like this commented out viewport, and then the brace. Wait, is this what the actual, oh yeah, this is the actual, this would be the texture, the actual texture. Um, is it like the drawing code that's just like not making sense? It's like the viewport thing does do like a transformation. Right. So like the so this viewport is like kind of uh that PMAT is doing like a transformation. Let me think. Let me try this one. See if this is like completely. Go here. Let me do cat. Ah, oops. Dang, that was dumb. Okay. Let's take a look at the frame buffer here. So there's still some stuff here. It's just the offset is like all screwed up now. Why would that get screwed up like that? So first of all, we don't even need to be setting that there. The PMAT though does kind of matter. I feel like it should be half of this, like because it should be like twice the window height. I do feel like that PMAT is correct now, but the viewport stuff is not correct. just grab this. T to GL dot window size. Okay, so we're gonna start from 0, 0, and we're gonna go for the whole width and twice the height, because the frame buffer height is twice the height. And then we're going to okay, so that's still where it makes sense. And then it's just this blit lines thing that's wrong. I think there might need to be like a function that does like a correction here based on the based on the window thing. So we're just like doing this double size thing everywhere. Yeah. Okay, so I need to think about how to do that one. Probably this window size should just be twice the actual window size. Some of this needs to be fixed. So I can see like this shouldn't be happening, but let's go back to render doc now and see if the bottom of the ended up like the resulting text shows up properly. Close that. Okay, so texture viewer. Texture viewer. Yep, so it does have the correct bottom now. And I have a feeling that will always be there because yeah, I don't, without like crafting like some particular input, I don't think it's possible. So let's get that displaying correctly. And then I think I'm going to actually do this first. This just wants to be twice the actual window size, so I'm going to fix that. FB callback. the window size is going to be 2 times the height. And this size can still just be the same. And we need to delete this thing here. And in the PMAT code where we did that other thing, here this. Where was resize? Here to this change. Not using the cursor position yet, so that's why that doesn't matter. Get rid of this. Where else did I put weird twice the... I think it's because this just didn't get reset yet. No, that's not right. Where else did I put weird twice the... let me see here. That's fine. Wait, what? That didn't even change nothing. It's like crashed or something? What happened? I don't know what I did here. Why this broke everything. How is this even working? What? Oh. Yeah, so, right. Okay, that was a dumb mistake. So, okay, so now if we do like cat util.c, and we want to get to the bottom, we have to do a okay, so we now know the cursor position. And And we want to blit from well, I guess the problem is like this thing is gonna go off screen, this FPS thing, if I start doing this, but let's just figure this out first, and then I'll figure out the FPS. There should be like a clamping that's going on somewhere here, but um okay, and then this doesn't quite look right. Uh the cursor row. I think there's like a different way I could do this, but let me just see. So I want to take the cursor position Y, and we want to take the cursor position Y up until we basically want the result to be where the cursor position Y ends up as the bottom of the window. So I think actually right now that is what the case is. So if this is this, and we want to go from, we basically want the bottom right to be the cursor position Y. And we want the, what happens there, that's gonna kill everything. And then we want the, this top part to be what is that giving us? Let's do this. Okay, so let me see here. Source upper left is 0, 952. This is like hard to read, but okay. I need to compare it with the window size. So window size is 2014. So we want 1007. That's weird. I feel like it shouldn't be an odd number, but I guess it doesn't matter. It could be an odd number. Okay, so the cursor position dot y. It's 1959 is right near the top of the window. Minus the one cell. Okay, that makes sense. So we want this to be, we actually don't want that plus one there for one. No, I do. So this is the bottom of the cell, and then I need to, I mean, that's maybe why we're not even seeing anything. Because it's not really like even valid. Do it this way. So cursor position dot y. Window size dot height. So that's gonna put it this is always gonna be negative. I want to say that the cursor position here is the window, right? So like the bottom right y being the cursor position y is fine if it was like always guaranteed to be in the right area. But right now it's not. I think I'm just like overcomplicating this. So if the cursor position if is greater than size.h. Then we do one thing. So if that's the case, then we want that's the case, then we want the upper left to be let's move this stuff around here. Let's actually go back a little bit here to where we had something drawing. Okay, so that one. But that's not quite right. What I want to do here is go if t to cursor dot row is greater than t to size dot h, then get rid of this part. Okay, so we're showing all that. Let's actually move this texture barrier back down to where it's supposed to be, and just get rid of that. If this is the case, then these names are like super confusing, to be honest. It's because the bleeding frame buffering is doing like the inversion, is doing like an inversion, but that's why I'm like just getting so confused here. So in GL coordinates, this is the top right and this is the bottom left. Okay, so in this case, then source top right equals dot y, cursor position dot y, plus the window size dot height over 2. And then the source, the bottom left dot y is going to equal the source. This is going to equal the cursor position dot y. That should be this case. Let's see how we get that. There we go. That is what I wanted. Took me a while to get there, but I got there eventually. Now if we just clear the screen, now we do like an ls. Ooh. That's a bit of a glitch. What can I do to fix that? Actually, I don't even need this texture barrier to begin with. Oh no. Well, I mean, part of the issue here is that I need to just get rid of this whole blit frame buffer thing. Yeah, let me just think about doing that. But first, I want to just make sure that this works. I'm just going to do like this a few times. So that's just working fine now. Yeah, so this is what I wanted. Took me forever to get there. I got there. Now, I need to move this part down where I draw the FPS thing so that it's actually where it's supposed to be in the frame buffer. Yeah. So, based on this source rectangles, we can draw this. So this should actually be the source top right dot y. This is the source top right dot y. And was I using that window size anywhere else here? I don't think so. Yeah, it's not actually correct. Let me see. The window size width one can remain the same, actually, it doesn't matter. Just this one. This position needs to be wherever the I still think it should be like the source top right dot y plus minus this stuff. Yeah, that's right. Let's just ignore that glitch for now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's good. Now that sticks around, and also it looks to me like this is all wrapping correctly. And it starts to glitch at some point, so I might need to look into that. That is kind of expected, though, because of the way this is set up. You can already see like the secret scroll back. You do that. Okay. It would be good to add some like padding so this gets like centered or something, but that's pretty good. So, okay, so now what should so let me see. It's already kind of late. Delete that code, it's bad. Let's take a look at what we've just done. So we've got this generate this intermediate frame buffer. This part is all fine to me. I wonder if I should just set this size.h to be twice what we just passed to the I think that's like what makes the most sense. Okay, so I think that would make sense as well. Let me see. Yeah, we don't need to set the viewport there. this text slot seems unnecessary. Let's get rid of that. We're not gonna pass that anymore. Oops. Okay, push care. So that's all corrected now. So here we set it to twice that height. That's good. And then this here, we should also do twice this. And then for the term size, we should set that one slightly differently. In the drawing code, it's fine to have that division and stuff. Okay, so let's do that. Let's quickly go to here. Um, 2 times this. This really is 2 times this. And then, this should be a UV2. Uh, wonder if I should just have like a pound define. It would have to go in util.h. Framebuffer scale or something. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's leave the note. Just leave the note for now. Is twice as tall. Um, gonna break this line a little bit. The terminal size still needs the correct. Still needs to have the correct number of rows. So that terminal programs know how to size themselves. Okay, so that should be good. Then let me see where that weird that was in terminal.c. cursor move to, get rid of this, write the obvious code, get rid of this weird thing. This to do is kind of not necessary. We might change our mind. I'm gonna delete it for now. Okay, so that should be good. I should have actually just built this. Make sure. Okay, we did break something. Oh, because we haven't resized the. Should also fix that. Wait, what did I just break? That part is good. Good. Oh, no, this is now 4 times the height. Oops. It's just, that is just a little wasteful. That's not the bug. What am I typing here? That is not the bug I just created, but that is not necessary. Let's go there as well. Okay, and then I think there's like another place where I was doing this 2x term, 2x size thing. It's in here. Oh yeah, it was. It's here, wasn't it? No. Where was that? Did I actually do something? What did I do? Switch this around. None of this. This needs to. Okay, let's do that, and then what is this, like init frame buffer stuff? Gen frame buffer. Here. Delete that. I can restart this, but that's not really the problem here. Yeah. So still somehow going off the. Where did I break it? Oh, that's fine. This is fine. Cell size should not be related to the window size. How did I break this? Set term size. EV2, set this. This should all be good. What on earth did I do? Why? How did I break something? I don't understand. I don't know how that broke something. Oh, it's here, possibly? Yeah, right. I was just like I was drawing too many lines. So, I mean, I need to figure out how to just do this properly. This line count. I think that's probably, I'll just leave it like this for now. This is fine. Let's see here. So if we just do a cat util.c, it's looking pretty good, and we've got, oh no, it's broken. Oh no. How? How is that broken? And where else am I using t to size.h? Yeah, okay, that one. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave a note here to like either make that a constant or it's a little bit unclear with all this stupid dividing by two everywhere. Uh, okay, cool. So let's have a look here. That should be all for me for now. That's actually working pretty good though. So we've got some nice we do have some nice reflowing going on. Um, there's like a bit of a thing here. This I kind of knew about. How did I fix this before? Um, where basically, yeah, I'll have to remember how I fixed that before where that happens. But there's a way of just dealing with that. But anyways, we do have like some nice reflowing. It's mostly working. Besides, if you like set the window height to like half a cell size, I need to check and see if that is that just literally because the frame buffer callback is doing the thing in float. It shouldn't be like rounding though, so oh no, this could, well, I mean these are like pixels, so it shouldn't matter, but I mean technically speaking that could just screw things up. Yeah. There was mostly that. Right. So if the pixel was odd, if the size of the window was odd, like there was an odd number of pixels, then you multiply it by 2. When you divide it by the cell size, it now divides to an even number where it should have been like rounded down by 1. So that was what was happening there. If you multiply by the 2 after it's been truncated to an int, it mostly is correct. Though that looks more like a weird glitch that was just going on there. And that looks more like a bug to me. A different bug. No, I think you can still do it. Oh, it's like, what is happening there? There's like an extra cell here. Is that always happening? Yeah, that's always happening. Okay, I have to look at that. I think I actually know what that's about. Lots of things to work on still. I think this is like coming along quite nicely though. I'm really liking this frame buffer idea because it is kind of pretty cool. Better than, to me, it's better than maintaining a separate dynamically allocated junk on the CPU. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I can't open a file like that. That's not gonna work. It's just gonna spam the display. So pretty good so far. I will see everyone next time. Bye.